It's another chance you got to learn how to save Excel payslip as a PDF directly to your folder. You can imagine this opportunity you are going to take if you watch this video up to the end. You will get out here with a lot of skills as accountants. Before we look at how to save this payslip as a PDF in our specified or designated folder, let's just have an update of our payroll Excel. So first I will go to the database and then right here for the month of September 2025, just a quick update. Go to the current month, equate with the first one here. Good. We go to this pay section to equate with that again. June for sure, equate with that. Go to housing levy, equate. NSSF, equate. So we have updated the month. So we can copy you can put the company, because this one is for mine is for dummy. You can put the company. You can also say here payroll, so that we know it is payroll. So you update that. Do some of your customization if you want. Not necessary, but if you want, you can do some customization. So once you have done that, you can even see the kind of the name we have here. It is on capital, which is okay. Now, so our main focus is how to save this payslip as BDF, as BDF. So we will split also here and say for the month of, so we will write here September, or let's, before even using a September, can we have a drop down list? Yes, let's say January to December, so that you can have a drop down list up to this. Let's introduce a drop down list here. Go to data validation. Our list here, it is this one, that is our list. Enter. So if you come here, you can be able to check our list. You can hide this. So hide that one. Hide that. Now, we are in the month of September, payroll of September. So let's select September. That is our September. You can put the year 2025 here. Bold that. Everything else here has been automatically incorporated with all the formulas. If you have already purchased this payroll Excel of ours, you can testify how these formulas are effective and correct. So we are not doing any formula of calculation now. Everything in our payroll is okay. What we want is just to save as a PDF in your Excel or in your folder, because remember, by law, every employee should be issued with a payslip every month. So we will create first. Let me go to where, this is where I'll save it here for practical purpose. I don't want to interfere with the client's files. So this is our payroll. But now, before we do that, we'll have to create a folder here called the payslip. So I will create a folder here called the payslip. So once I create these payslips, I will have to save this file. This is a normal Excel, but I'll have to save first as a macro. So I'll go here, file, save as, browse, and then this is the payroll for September, right? 2509. Save it in your folder. So I will save it here. Now, I will not save it as an Excel workbook, but as a macro. Excel macro enabled workbook. So I will save as that, then click. Okay, the reason why I'm saving as that, because we are going to use the VBA procedures to develop that. So once you have done that, you go to view properties. If you don't have these properties in your Excel, you go to file and then go to options. There is a way you can enable that in the option, but I hope everyone has that one. So if you don't have that one, then you can enable, because that's what you need. That's what you need to develop. So we will come here and then say code. So let's say view the source code. We click the source code. We don't have that. Click the view code. So if you click the view code, you get this one. You get this one. So we can create. You can say sub. Use the sub, and then the hyphen, and then say payslips, and then payslip, save as. We need to save as PDF, save as PDF, and then close with that, enter. So you'll have to repeat so that at least, let's not space this. Space this. Or you can just say run a macro instead of using that sub. You can just say run a macro. We can create that macro and say payslips. I'm calling it training because I'm using it for training. So make sure that you are using a hyphen here, and then you say create. So when you say create, you will find it here, payroll. This is not even payroll, but we can use that one. It will work. So once you do that, we need to define our range here, or our string. When we say string, is a numbers in the word. So we're having a payroll number. We don't need even the payroll number. We need employee name. So you'll say dim employee name as a string. Dim employee name as a string. Enter. You can copy paste this one. Copy, paste here. We don't need to type it and type it again. Now we change that one. For September is the month. We can call it the period name. So let's call it the period name. Paste again that one. What else? Years, because we need 2025. We call it year name. Can backspace this and say year name. So that is a string. Now, when it comes to the VBA again, where you want to save this file, because we are saving this file in a folder, so we call it part. So I will also say defined part as a string. Defined part as a string. Again, the file name. So I'll also say the file name as a string also. As a string, the file name. So once you have that one, now let's now tell Excel where to get this employee name, the period name, and the year name. So we give now the sales range. So once you finish this, we said we need to define what is the file name. So you can copy this. There is no need for you to write. Copy the file name, and then to say equals to the range. Open the bracket, open the two quotation. So our file name, it is in range C7. So write C7, close the bracket, put dot values. close the bracket, dot value, enter, copy you can copy the same, also this one. I don't like writing, we can copy that. Now, let's change the period name here. Paste that. The period name, that is our month. It is C5. Years here. We will copy that. Paste here. Change it. That is D5. And C7. Yeah. So we have done with our the field, that is the name, the period name, and the year. Now we want to tell now Excel how to save or the part. So let's have the part where this folder is. So for the part, just need to write path equals, open the bracket, open the opening quotation, use the slash, and then put that one. So we will come and insert our location part here for our file to be saved in a folder. So I will go where there is this one, our payslip, open it, click here. So if you click there, or if you click here, you will get this link there. Control C to copy, come and paste here. So that is our now the part where we are going to save this file in our folder. That is our folder location, and then enter. So once you hit enter, you can see we are not getting any error at the moment, but if you run, you can still get the errors. So once you define the part, let's define the file name. So you'll write the file name equals. So we can use the employee. Which one can we use first? You can see the file name is giving you need to define it correctly, the file name. So our file name, can we start with the period, which is September. So we'll start with the period. You copy this, put it here. And then now for you to combine Word in Excel, you normally know we use Alt Shift 7 or in your keyboard, and then opening quotation, closing quotation, and let's use another name. We need September 2025, and then we give the name. So let's have the year, which is the year name. So copy that again, put here as year name. Again, close with that, opened with that, and then close that. Now, after year end, that is September 2025, we need a space, but we need an even. Can we? Yeah, let's use that so that we space and then get the name of the employee. So now put the name of the employee. This is a kind of coding, small coding. That's why we're getting 3 errors. So, but we have to copy the correct name or the spelling of the employee name. Copy that employee name. So want to do that, click the enter. You can see we are not getting any error, so which means it is okay. So once you define the file name, then we'll have to specify now where to save, or even before we put the exportation part, let's define Excel. For example, let me open a new Excel workbook here. This is my new Excel workbook. So if I try to save, file, browse, let's say even I'm saving where that is, and then I put the slash 2025. click save, you can see the file name is not invalid. So you also need to tell Excel in this case, what if your file has invalid characters like that one. So we will have to, this one we don't want to save that one. So we'll also need to tell Excel here, file name, if we get a file name here, file name, if we get a file name with that special character, we will say equals replace open the bracket, file name, comma. So if we get a file name with that special character with that, comma, tell Excel to replace with the correct one. The correct one can be that one. Then, so I will copy paste all these and just replace the characters. So I will paste here, that one, paste. So let's change these with another character. The other one, in Angalia on the other side, where do we find it in? I think this one, yes. Even if you have a question mark, if you have asterisk, that one. Even if you have the double quote here, they will also do that. If you have greater than or less than, or that is the same of that one. So Excel will find them. If they have this one, they will replace with the correct one, which these are the correct one. Now, let's give now the exportation of this one as a PDF. So I will say active. Sheet, put caps, active sheet dot export as fixed format. Make sure that E is a capital, S is a capital, F is a capital also. Export as a format. You export as a format. Which space type? We need a type. Put the semicolon equals. The type we need Excel type PDF. Write the PDF in caps, comma. Put the comma. So once you put the comma, if you don't want our Excel or our line to go in a straight line, then you can use the underscore. But so let's ignore the underscore. So you say ignore the printing area so that Excel will not export your PDF only to the printed area. So say ignore the print areas equals false. So if the print areas equals false, you ignore, then put a comma. So once you put a comma, we need now the file name. So you say file name. We need the file name as, put those two quotes and then file equal sign. So our file name will be part and filed name. Can also say export that one as a PDF and put the opening dot PDF and then close. Let's put the enter. You can see if you click enter, you get errors. So we have to check whether this one we have not put two semicolons. That one, that's why we are getting that error. So now you can see we are not getting now any error. So let's try to run this program to see whether we are getting the correct one. So you click this green. So if you click that green, you say sub. So there is a problem with Control Z. So there is a problem here. So if you try to run, we get errors. So I think we have not define this specifically. So let's say dim file part as that one. Also this one, we have not specified the dim file name as a string. So let's run it again to check any other error. So let's identify another error. So counter checking whether we have any other error that we made. Employer name, period name, year name, file part. This one is okay. Period is okay. Also this one is okay. Active sheet export. You can put this underscore if you want to export or to not write a big one. So I think there is no more errors, but you will find it if we run. So click this green or F5 to run. So if you click that run, you can see it is a complete. We are not getting now more errors. So if we go back to check in our folder, we should get that one. You can see if you go to the payslip, you can see our payslip. If you open, it is there. So let's try to copy more employees here. Let's copy that, put here, change it to payroll number 2, payroll number, change the basic to 60,000, change the payroll number here to 2. You can see 60,000. The total net is that. So now we want to save now this one as a PDF. So we'll put now a code here or an icon to save it. So we will just say insert. Let's insert a form, drag it there. Our form is the module 1. We don't know which module. So let's use the module 2. I think it is module 2, and then click OK. Let's try to save. Yeah, you can see it is working. So let's confirm before then we rename. We are not getting it here. So which means it should be more. If you check our code here, this is which module? This is module 2, code module 2. So they don't have the name. You can check the name here. It is module 2. So if we go here, rename this and say save as, save as PDF. So let's try to assign the code. The code is this module 2, not this one. So it is that module 2, and then click OK. So that is the code. Okay, let's confirm. Yeah, we are getting there because it is payroll number 2 with the same. Remember, we have not changed the, let's see. You can see it is 60,000 because we have not changed the name of the employee. Let's try to change the name. You can also include the message box here so that whenever you are saving, it shows that you are saving as a PDF. So say message box, and then a message box. You want to save as, or you can put the bracket save as PDF. Don't use that one. You can use the quotation save. Message box, you say saving as PDF. Put ... It shows that it is saving. You can close with that. Run. Yes, it is running. Then you have not put the end sub here. End sub. It ends up. Let's undo that. Is it. So for the message box, you can just put just after file part. or we are clocked another one. Okay, so let's close this. That one is okay. You can put the color here, format, and put the that, and then click OK. So anytime you click, so you see now this one, there's some effect. So once you click one thing, it starts to, it will change. You can't, we have not included the sub down here. I decided to put down here. So if you put down here, message box, that took what, save as PDF. If you try to run, now it is running. So let's try to change the, copy this. Copy this. Let's try to say this. Put another name or the numbers here. Let's copy this as we change the names. Copy that. Change the name here. Let's call it this one. You can call it ABC. A, B, C, D, E, F. Let's call it AB. Or we can call it AA, BB, CC, DD, EE, and FF. So this is our name. So if you go to the payslip, you can see the name is already being updated. The payroll number, if you want payroll number. So let's say now we are saving from 1 to number 6. So I will click the first one here. It will auto-populate. Let's change the data here so that we don't have the same 50,000, 65, 85, even 100. That's 100. So if you come here, we can get the payslip of each and every employees. So if I come here, select the payroll number 1, it will populate up to your net amount. You can confirm with the softwares, online softwares, if this is the correct amount for a person earning 20,000. So we will click save. You can see here, it is saving. So if you go there, you will get AA, it is there. Again, pick number 2. You can see it's changed. Click save. Pick number 3. Click save. Pick number 4. Save. Pick number 5. Save. Number 6. Payroll number 6. Save. So if you go to your payslip file, you should have them AA, BB, CC, DD, EF. So you can see we have our payslip now saved in our folder. Now you can easily email to your employees. Very simple. So get our payroll. It is just 1,000 shilling. You don't need to call me, email us. What you just need to do is to click the link which has been provided down there. Put your personal detail, especially the email should be the correct. Go down there, proceed to the checkout, put your phone number, which you are going to pay with. Wait for the prompt. You will get the prompt, put the amount, and this data will be directly sent to your email. And you have seen our video. You can watch our videos to copy or to save it as a PDF, because it will not, that one will not work automatic in your file, because you still need to have some setting in your that. Or once you purchase that one, you can call us. We do a customization where you want to save, and that we can do an online system integration here and there for this one. So thank you so much. Make sure also to comment and like our video.